Hello everybody, this is Wakeangel2001 coming at you with a toy review. I was debating whether I should continue these, but then I realized, you know what, YouTube can't stop me. And yes, this video is suitable for children to watch, but it is not specifically made for them. Especially considering that this is a very rare FunPub exclusive Strika figure. I believe she was for the Transformers Collector Club, which is a repaint of the Warpath mold, and it cost me over 50 bucks. So there's no way that I would hand this figure over to a child. However, for fellow adult collectors, it's a pretty cool thing to show off. So Strika is based off of Classics Warpath, which was a fantastic tank transformer. She features a turret that can rotate a full 360 degrees, a cannon barrel that can actually go up and down, which is pretty much all the articulation you would want from a tank. The treads are just sculpted, but it does have little caster wheels, so it does still roll. And something that we don't see very often in Transformers these days, it has a firing missile gimmick, spring load and everything. The only flaw is that the missile is really long, because back when this was originally made as a toy you would actually give to children, they had to make the missile long enough that the kid can't accidentally swallow them. I don't know, maybe they could have shortened the missile a little bit so it doesn't stick out so far, because, you know, this is specifically made for the adult collector market, but whatever. Let's get it up close and personal to some of the details. It's done in that Strika purple with all kinds of little detailings picked out. I like how Strika still has an Autobot symbol, but with a lightning bolt through it. I don't know if they specifically chose to do a Strika from a certain other continuity, but I do remember her from the Beast Machines cartoon, in that when she started out as an Autobot, and when Megatron stuck her spark into a Wakeangel body, he did not change her personality. He simply convinced her that following him was the best for Cybertron. So, you know, she would still technically consider herself to be an Autobot or Maximal or whatever faction ruled Cybertron at the time, rather than a Decepticon or true Wakeangel or something like that. So yeah, fantastic little vehicle mode, great articulation for a tank. I mean, rotating turret, that's pretty much like, if your tank has a rotating turret, that's an A, and then if the barrel can do that, that's an A+. So, you know, pretty fantastic tank mode. Plus, it looks like something out of Halo, so yay. And here is Strika in robot mode, looking, well, like, awesome. I mean, I like how the Warpath mold, like, is just flexible enough that you could really pass it off for Strika's huge, beefy appearance, but in context, you can get just a slight feminine edge from it, which helps play off Strika's character. Of course, we all know that Strika isn't exactly the most feminine fembot out there, but, you know, like this works. Now, we all know that she was a gigantic six-wheeled vehicle in the actual cartoon, but, you know, if you wanted to ask me what would be the most appropriate thing for her to be, like, aside from an armored truck, tank would be pretty darn perfect. So yeah, this is just what Strika looks like in her robot mode, and oh man, is it glorious. I mean, 90% of that is owed to the fact that Warpath was just awesome. I mean, look at the giant tank rollerblade feet, the huge arms with the tiny hands that kind of just stick out there, weebling around, like with this gigantic armor cavern hanging above them. The tank barrel in the chest, which is actually cool because it's part of the head reveal. Like the head is originally just kind of pushed inside like this, and then when you push the cannon in, it makes the head pop up, and that's kind of awesome. Speaking of that head, let's get a zoom in on it, because it is new for the mold. It was the, yeah, that is Strika's head. It looks just like, it looks like the face from the Beast Machines figure that I have, which is buried in storage, so I can't really dig it up. But yes, this looks like Strika. So it looks like Strika, and, well, what else could you want? It still has the firing missile gimmick. So, yeah, like having an over-the-shoulder mounted firing missile is kind of awesome. Although I imagine that would over-the-shoulder mounted missile is pretty cool. So, Strika is done up in purples and an orangey yellow shade and gray, which is a pretty simple scheme with some silver accents on the chest. But you know what? That works for her. She's just a super powerful beef tank of a transformer, and so, like, you know, the most complicated color scheme isn't really necessary with her because she's just cool this way. So, yeah, I think, like, I really don't know. FunPub released this as part of the Transformers Collector Club, right? I think that's where they released it. Like, not as a convention exclusive, like a collector club exclusive, I believe. So of course it's a rather difficult figure to find, and when I found one for less than $70, I figured that was my chance. So that's it. It's fantastic. The only problem, my one issue, is of course going to be the fact that Strika is gigantic. She is a huge, massive character. And Warpath is a deluxe, so Strika feels undersized. However, she is the same size as her Beast Machines toy, which is also deluxe size, so it's not like they're doing her worse than the official toys did. Hey, can I put this in there? Yeah, look at that. Now she's shooting a missile out of her tank cannon. her tank barrel that's in her chest. So, ideally, I would have liked it if they had repurposed a Voyager-sized toy to make Strika, but I really can't think of anybody that would have been a better fit for her than Strika, than Warpath, because the Warpath mold is fantastic. So, yeah, like, I guess making a KO that's like scaled up, like what Sir Toys does sometimes. Remember when I got that RC figure that was a scaled up to roughly Voyager size? I suppose they could have done that. But back when Strika was made, I don't think that Sir Toys was a thing, or at least they weren't doing it to that level of quality. So I wonder if I just gave someone an idea. Like, if any executives at Sir Toys are watching this and they think, hey, that's a good idea. Let's scale up the Warpath mold and make it the new Strika. That would work. Alright, but yeah, fantastic little exclusive figure. And if you can find one for an affordable price and you are a collector of lady Transformers like me, then you seriously can't go wrong with her. This is Wakeangel2001 signing off.